guys! It has been a while since I posted. Some of you are probably new here and some of you have never even seen me before, and some of you probably have and are already subscribed. Thank you everyone for being around and sticking around because I have been gone for so long. My mental health has been all over the place. It hit rock bottom last year and it's taking me ages for it to come back. Today's video is going to be slightly different. I'm actually going to do a little haul, but it's not the same kind of haul that anyone's used to. If you don't know, I recently got into, well, I've always enjoyed it and I've enjoyed looking at it, taxidermy. So I used to be obsessed with taxidermy as a child, but it came out in weird ways because I wasn't allowed to express what I wanted. And now I can do it in a safe way that's ethical. So I recently got into doing taxidermy as well instead of just looking at it, and I got a bunch of animal skulls and bones and jewellery and I made a couple of pieces. But I got some more from ethically sourced sellers and I'm very, very pleased with this haul because it cost me under £20. Actually, no, it cost me under £30 for everything that I bought. A lot of it is kind of a little bit broken, but I'm going to take it apart to like kind of add pieces to certain things. But I thought I would get on and show you what exactly I bought. So first up is this little rabbit skull. This was just a regular rabbit, no protected species. I don't handle anything I'm not licensed to handle. The skull was actually so much smaller than I thought it would be. It did come detached, so I do have to reattach the skull to the jaw. But I am going to make a piece out of this and I'm going to decorate it, make it pretty. I think this cost me £15, which was kind of pricey, but it wasn't like too pricey. She also gave me a free little like mouse skull as well, but I've made that into a necklace, which I think is somewhere around here. So next up is kind of a mix mash. So she framed a lot of these bugs and I particularly loved this one. Again, I made sure this was ethical. I made sure that she did it right. I'm actually going to take it out of this frame and put it on a display with that other skull that I showed you. I just think that's so adorable. Like, it's just so cute. But the first one I've got is one half of a skull. I'm going to knock the skull off of this and take the horn. But here's the second half. I think it's the second half. I can't get these to fit together no matter how much I've tried. I don't know even which way around they go. I know what type of deer it is. I just can't get it to fix. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock it. I think that's how it goes, pretty much like that. But I'm going to knock the horns off and use the horns instead of the skull bottoms because the skull is just completely disintegrated. Well, I got this. He said it was a deer. I'm actually pretty sure it is, but I'm not sure what type of deer it is. Plus, it's a little bit manky, so I might just clear it out and take the horns off this one as well. I think there's like a couple of dead spiders in there as well, so I'm not really equipped to deal with that. So probably just this one's probably my least favorite. Oh, what is that? He kept them stored in his barn, and I was like, okay, this one I'm thinking I could probably do something with. I'm thinking I could clean this out and then pop it on a mounted frame and add some moss and stuff. It needs a darn good clean, but I'm thinking I could probably clean it and then put it on a mounted frame. If not, again, I'll just knock the horns off and use the horns. But yeah, there's another one. Not particularly my favourite, but to the creme de la creme. I was so impressed with this that like I knew I had to, I don't know, make something out of it. This is a deer horn, and I'm thinking I might use it as a piece and then stick and glue moss and mushrooms and get a couple butterflies for this one. And I am surprised at how thick the skull is. Like I've seen a couple deer horns before, and like I've picked some up, but I've never actually bought one. So I'm very very happy with this. The only thing I will say though is I do think that this has been treated because it doesn't feel quite like a horn should. Um, the guy that owns these was a farmer, and he picked this one up his field. So yeah.
So this is actually a couple of days later from filming that video, and I've actually created something with all those bone pieces, and I thought I would show you. It's kind of fragile at the moment because it's still drying and gluing. But I made this. I created this using the deer horn, the skull, and the butterfly. The butterfly disintegrated a little bit. I think it was just very, very fragile, and some bits did fall off. But I think it adds to the piece of decay with life. And I did add giant crystals in there as well, so that kind of makes this piece quite expensive, as that crystal was £50 and that one was 20 quid, which is hidden underneath a lot of things. So I'm very very happy with how this turned out. Considering it's my first taxidermy that I've done like this, I'm very impressed. I did do a very smaller one. I used to do like a lot of smaller ones on frames, but this is my first big one, and I really really like how this has turned out. I really like the dome kind of textures as well. So I'm thinking I might just stick to using domes for all of my taxidermy, as I think it looks impressive and amazing. I did use hot glue for this one. I probably should have I probably should invest in another type of glue, but I'm very very impressed with this. And if you guys want to own this piece, I'm going to put it on my store at some point for sale. Um, I'm not sure how I'm going to put it up for yet or how much it's going to be. It's going to be in the hundreds, I know that. But I am so impressed with this, and I cannot wait to show my family. Um, and I cannot wait to like display this as well. It's going to be so so cool. Um, but yes, this is what I made, and I'm very very impressed with it.
But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Sorry it's very short. It was just like a little video for me to get back into filming. Next week I'm going to probably do a studio vlog and make that statue in the dome. Um, as I said, I don't know if I'm going to be posting consistently, but I will definitely give it a go. I will be trying to post every week, but we all know what I'm like. I find it hard to be consistent, but I'm going to force myself to be consistent. So hopefully I shall see you in the next video. If not, ta-ta for now, and hopefully see you in the future. Bye!